get a little love to Still Nation.
Hey guys,
Zach says shout out
love this channel.
to Still
Stay
Nation.
tuned.
I am a FIFA caffeine. Coffee gotta have some cream. Fetch a hazel beef for me while I listen to these kings. Tell them I can be the team. Subscribe to Syllab do Ink. Wikiga City Magazine. Tell me what's behind the scenes. The other side of the ravine. Is it obscene or is it obscure? I am not sure. The rich is the rich, I'm the poor. That ain't no doubt to my core. We just keep asking for more. They keep supplying, the man is the store. As long as it makes it to shore, I know for sure. They'll just keep on making more. Well, I most treasure that piece that have been transformed into corporate Hollywood tour.
What's up? What's up? This is still Abdul. I'm still in pre-Comic-Con mode. We're making our way towards the great state of California for Comic-Con. So very excited for that, but the show must go on no matter where I'm at. So we are here for the Subdual podcast. This is the Wednesday Crew, where we give informative and objective analysis of the recent geek culture, film, and entertainment. Very excited to talk about the latest news. Some little movie that's coming out tomorrow that we'll talk about as well. Exciting times. Shout out to the chat. Much love to Slow Nation. We got a few things to discuss. I see Black Wolf already the super chat. We're gonna get that in just a moment. Much appreciated. Before we get started, let me hit my my commercials, I guess, real quick. Let's see. Join the Patreon. Links in the description. Expanded coverage. A lot more like Marvel stuff, Star Wars. Like usually my DC stuff's on my public channel. So if you want expanded coverage and see my face and hear my voice, that's what you become a Patreon for. And also memberships, members direct videos for all levels. Y'all gonna have a lot of updates while I'm in at Comic-Con. So definitely stay tuned for that. And we do Scoop Center every month, where we get the biggest stories. We give it to level 2 members and above. Directly support the platform with any form of payment via Stream Elements link. That's it's not pinned in the live comments. It should be. It's in the description. It's scrolling through the chat. Much appreciated. I don't really have any open remarks, so we're just gonna get the crew on the panel now. I think that's kind of the move. We got Danny jumping in here. We have Jules as well.
What's up, everybody?
Wait, Speedy. What
What's
is good?
up?
Hey, it is exciting times. It's Comic-Con week. It's Deadpool Wolverine. I don't know what else we're excited for. Other stuff going on. A lot to talk about today, for sure. And appreciate everyone being here. Let's see. I ain't shout out the chat yet. Dan the Man is here. Jules is here. Danny, Carlos, Claudia, Jovic, what's good? Fernando, TJ says no spoilers. No spoilers, TJ, for sure. Spoilers. But I thought TJ didn't care about the movie. So you be flip-flopping, TJ. I didn't mean to call you out so quick.
Maybe I've won him over finally.
Yeah, you be flopping on us, man. Like, oh, I don't care about the movie. But now, no spoilers, though, please. There's a lot of spoilers out there in the chat, in the social media. We only one day away. We can make it. Maria, what is good? So first off, let's go ahead. We'll do the super chat first before we get to the topics. And appreciate those. Also, we're on YouTube, obviously. We're on the X Twitter, and then shout out to y'all on Danny's channel as well on YouTube. And
what's up,
Twitter.
Nerdling Army?
Nerdling Army seems to be taking over. We got them taking over already. They're taking over already. Shout out to
He
Tabitha.
doesn't see a pin. I can't pin things. I'm not in charge here, unfortunately. Yeah. If I was in charge here, we'd be on time every time.
But since you're not, but I think she was talking about my pin comment. Yeah, I didn't pin my Stream Elements link, but it's in the description. It'll be in the chat as well. And we love Danny here. For people on Danny's crowd, the Nerdling Army, I only pick with her because that's my sister. Okay, just want y'all to know that right now. I'm gonna say a lot of mean stuff to her today, but let's go back to the super chat. Black Wolf Inc. says kneel before Zod. Good. What's good, people? After Deadpool 3, I have no interest in Marvel. No Secret Wars. I'm a DC kid for life. I ain't changing. Well, good news to you, Black Wolf. Marvel may be getting really interested in that for Deadpool. What do you think, Danny?
Oh, you know what? I had a long talk about this last night on my stream, which, by the way, funny story. When I went to do my going live in 10 minutes thing, I shared the wrong post. I shared your post about this stream because we
Appreciate
have
it.
the same thumbnail.
Appreciate that. I appreciate. I was like, oh, the Wednesday crew. We look out for each other. She shared my link. I was like, hey, Danny, I take back all the bad stuff I said.
But that was a weird laugh I just had.
I'm gonna clip that later. Yeah, that's gonna be a drop.
I had to clear my throat. Anywho, I had a long talk about this last night. From what I'm hearing, and my pal Emmett Kennedy is hearing from our totally separate sources, that the Feige has been paying attention and really feels like they've dropped the ball. Duh. But they're paying attention. And I don't know if you noticed or saw, but there's actually a Wolverine versus Hulk movie being kicked around at Marvel Studios. So I think Deadpool might actually really be Marvel Jesus. Like,
yeah.
I think this might be
the resurrection.
Do what?
The resurrection of Marvel.
The resurrection of Marvel.
Well,
I'm writing that down and saving it.
And we know we said before, obviously we're not going to spoil anything, guys, in the chat. So just, remain calm. But
I don't want spoilers.
Even in trades, they're saying that this Deadpool Wolverine film is like very self-aware. It's making fun of Marvel's current failures. Like it's like a meta joke. Yes. And I was like, total Ryan Reynolds right there.
So Fabian Nicieza, he's one of the creators of Deadpool. He's actually he's a writer. He's a comic book writer. And he's the one who gave Deadpool his personality in his mouth and in his backstory and everything. I got to get to know him, luckily enough. I got to interview him. If you guys want to watch that, it's on my channel. But he said that this movie, because he went to the premiere in New York, and he said it is the funniest, meanest. He says it's mean. Like they're real mean to Marvel and Disney throughout the whole movie. And he says just the funniest, meanest, but also it has its heart. But he's incredibly proud of what his, the live action portrayal of his creation in this film. Which he doesn't really like to say it's his creation. He feels like it really is Rob Liefeld's creation. He just got to add to it.
Yeah, it's definitely Rob's creation, but yeah, I mean, he probably got some co-credits in there or something like that.
No, he is the co-creator. He is 100% co-creator.
So yeah, yeah, no, that's good. Like I said, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna see it as early as possible tomorrow, as well. But as far as the interest in Marvel, I just have a feeling. Maybe we just hear things as well. But it's like you're going to be excited for the Marvel Cinematic Universe after this film. I just believe you just are.
Yeah, that's what I'm being told. That we're back, baby. We are back.
I'm saying.
I think a lot of where they went wrong in the last few years, and I've said this a few times, but a lot of it was hubris.
Yeah,
they really felt like they were untouchable. They had no competition, and that they could literally do anything and make money and keep the audience. And so they kept getting bigger, and Feige had to delegate. He couldn't give the Feige touch to every single project because there were too many. So he delegated stuff out to like everyone's favorite best friend of the channel, Victoria Alonso, who absolutely napalmed Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania by ticking off every single. They had 25 VFX houses, 25 VFX companies on that film, and she insulted and ticked off all of them. They quit before the movie was finished. They had to cut 11 action scenes from the film, totally changed the whole movie.
Wow.
She, of course, has been fired since, but that's just one of the examples of what happened when Feige wasn't able to be fully present for every single project. So I think one of them saying they're going to dial it back some, they're going to dial it back, not put out so much at a time. I think a lot of that has to do with Feige needs to be there to babysit because them kids just don't listen.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying. I mean, I think this course correction, that's what's going on. And just to briefly say, like in the chat, why is other BS coming out?
Mm-hmm.
This is what a course correction is. Like you kind of got to jump in. They saved Daredevil. That it was going to have the same fate as probably some of these other crappy shows. So I think that's when Feige was like, okay, let's put our foot down here. And now there's you may still get a couple other shows that won't be up to par. So I'm hearing Agatha's, you're gonna be probably surprised. How engaging.
I've heard that as well. Yeah. And from what I've heard and what I've seen in the trailer, it does kind of look like they're keeping somewhat with that vibe they had with WandaVision, where it was Wanda's favorite shows that we were going through. I think because Wanda put her in this hex, she's kind of doing the same thing. So the first couple of episodes is like her as a CSI or a detective and like Law and Order type show, and so on and so forth until she comes out of it. I'm hopeful. I really love Catherine Hahn's version of Agatha. I love Catherine Hahn. She's so funny and talented.
Yeah, she's talented.
Yeah. So I really hope that one's done well. If it's not, I will cry. I will cry.
And we'll see her live crying, just like the Acolyte. But Jules, does this describe you like what Black Wolf is saying here? Like, he's more about the DC, the good DC, of course. And then after Deadpool Wolverine, is it kind of like a wait and see, like, okay, don't believe the hype or what?
I mean, I have faith that they're going to course correct in the right way. I have hope that they will and don't go. They went all in the campiness, right? And I think that backfired on them. Talking about them getting competition, I don't see the DCU being competition right off the bat. I don't even think that's on their radar. But I am with Black Wolf there. I do prefer DC characters. For me personally, I do think that they are more interesting outside of like X-Men and Spider-Man. Those are probably like my two top, Marvel titles that could compete with DC. Regarding Agatha, I saw little snippets of it. I don't really know what to make of it. But again, like the Disney Marvel shows have just let me down so much lately that I'm just like, whatever. But, hearing Danny say that it might have similar quality to WandaVision, which I did enjoy. I did like seeing the generation skipping of the, TV style sitcoms. That was cool. Mm-hmm. So that might be interesting. I might tune in for that and see how that goes.
Yeah.
TJ had asked me if that the Feige thing, him not being able to be around messed up the Kang thing. I think it might have had something to do with it because you basically you didn't have writers' rooms. You didn't have traditional writers' rooms. You just had doing the previs thing. I think they let that get away from them. It's a handy tool for framing, for shots, for storyboarding, but I think they leaned on it too much for storytelling. And I think cutting out the 11 scenes from the 11 action scenes from Quantum Mania really did mess that up.
Yeah.
A whole lot.
I think it was Quantum Mania, that was supposed to be like event level. Yes. You're introducing Jonathan Majors and, as far as that version. And that was supposed to be big. Like you said, the action wasn't there. So you cut all that out, and then it's just a bunch of dialogue and bad jokes. They really dropped the ball there, and like I said, they're wearing that, that egg on their face because it was just an ugly year outside of Guardians 3 for Marvel. So this is course correction time. This is on the fly. That's kind of just how it is. And according to these reports, as we'll look at this report now. They seem to have really hit it with Deadpool Wolverine. $360 million expected global opening. Now, I just want to make this clear. What this is, global, so international box office and domestic, of course, together. This is nearly the entire box office of Black Adam 2 years ago. In one weekend, is what Deadpool Wolverine. That's insane. This is insane.
This is probably this is the most anticipated movie of the year so far. I mean,
I think so.
Yeah.
Insane.
Yeah, can't go wrong. Deadpool has hit it out the park with both films. Now you sprinkle in Hugh Jackman wearing the red suit as Wolverine, like that alone would have, blown anything out of the water. And then, all the rumors that we've heard, if any of that comes to fruition, like that's just going to bring even more people to the theaters to go see it.
Yeah. And speaking of Sil saying, this is course correction time. From what I'm hearing, this is going to be used as kind of a soft reboot. We will see some Phase 4 characters go to the wayside, and some Fox characters actually become part of the main MCU. Right. And that would be dope.
Yeah, it's pretty clear that's what they're doing. And sorry to cut you off, Sil, but
go,
that just goes to show like how Marvel, even though they had a lot of flunks lately, their idea overall was pretty genius. They beat DC to the punch and having the whole multiverse thing going on. And now they're able to have all these variants, right? You can have so many different actors playing different or the same character and telling all these different stories at the same time, and no one's confused. Everyone understands what's going on. And that alone, I'm probably one of their biggest critics. I definitely have to give them props for definitely going down this route. It's great. And I'm actually excited about it because, we're not stuck on the campy little kid stuff. Like if they want to do something dark like Deadpool or more sophisticated, more mature, they can.
Yeah. Exactly.
It's funny that you say that because Deadpool has so much humor.
Of course. But you have to know what to expect.
Do you want to build a snowman? Yes, but it can't.
So the point Danny was making as far as bringing in the Fox characters, that's literally, it's likened to DC comic fans would know Convergence. It's when you brought in all these different Earths together and you kind of just force them. And that's what Battle Worlds is too. Marvel did
Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Yeah.
This is
Crisis as well. So this is, you're bringing in the X-Men. That's why Feige said the Mutant Saga begins now, which I think is really exciting. I know Jules, you was excited about just the potential. Just you have the X-Men, just use them. Like, what are we doing here?
Right. It's been so long. They acquired Fox how many years ago? I know they were taking their time to figure out how to add them to their ongoing universe, but seeing how the universe has tanked recently, like it's now or never. Like use your big guns. You have them, bring them out.
And they got to be careful because X-Men has always been Marvel's flagship.
Yeah.
It's always been the flagship. I saw something recently on Facebook that was like, I wish I would have thought of this. That is so genius. That is the simplest way to explain it. You got to think of the Avengers as kind of like the preppy jocks in school. And the X-Men were like the skater punks, stoner kids, possibly the goths. They were the interesting people in school.
Yeah.
So the X-Men bring so much more relatability and depth of emotion than the Avengers do. So they have to do this right.
Yeah, there's
they
a
absolutely have to do this right.
Like they're so easy to love, and there's a character.
Yes. I mean, think about it. Anyone who's ever been an outsider, who has ever experienced racism, ableism, anything like that, you can relate to at least one story of the X-Men.
Yeah, for sure.
X-Men also, I think, in my opinion, has their best stories throughout Marvel.
Yes.
Like, I watched their animated series multiple times. Like, you cannot, and they do the time jumps too so effortlessly. They have so many amazing characters. Like, you can do so much with it. Fox did not do them justice at all. And me personally, I would hope that Marvel starts from the beginning at some point and really show us the true X-Men that is pretty close to the comic.
Well, yes. To be fair, Fox, they have a couple good films.
They do. They have a couple good movies, but
Days of Future Past, First Class, X-Men 2.
Those are the newer ones.
Yeah, they tried.
X-Men 2 is early.
Yeah, but
X-Men Part 2
I
is
really
over.
want to see them dig deep and how Professor Xavier goes and finds Scott Summers. I want to see his accident, when he lost his brother and his family and all that. The
Mm.
same thing with all the other main characters. Like I want to go back to the beginning. Like it's just so much story to
Yeah.
tell. Like you should start from the beginning.
It shouldn't be hit or miss with them. Like I said, every one or two films was good for Fox, in my opinion. And then Feige is self-aware, because if you want to say Feige just sits back and puts his name and produces stuff, he probably
Yeah.
does, but he is an idea guy and he's seeding stuff all the time, and he's more hands-on again, which
He
is
also
good.
loves
But
the content.
he
Mhm.
saw X-Men 97 and he was like, okay, we got to accelerate this mutant stuff because X-Men 97 is a hit,
Love
and
Yeah,
too
too bad
that's
Bo
why he's doing
DeMayo
it.
is such a prevert.
Well, and they kind of did you hear Danny, though Bo OnlyFans DeMayo, he wrote season 2. They're
Yeah.
going to kind of abridge it and kind of
They
rewrite it
rewrote parts of it, yeah.
because they don't want, because he was kind of, I won't say he was spoiling season 1, but he was kind of like, oh, wait till
That
you see this
son of a,
episode.
he's such a
Yeah.
petty little
Yeah.
snatch.
They was like, hey, bro, you're not on our team anymore. Like, just stop.
Yeah, knock it off, you little turd monkey. Stop it.
But
Oh,
anyway,
he
Feige knows
upsets me.
the popularity of mutants. Feige sees that with X-Men 97. So they're stepping on it. So the next obvious question, again, Deadpool Wolverine is gonna crush. It's just a matter of how many weeks it's gonna stay on top. I think it's gonna do 1.5 billion. But what's next for Marvel? And you have the mutants in there. Danny, a lot of people are talking about X-Men, Avengers versus X-Men. That's the next logical step. Is that what you're thinking?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I think they're gonna drive towards that direction. We may not see it till I'm 55, but they are definitely heading that direction because they know what a draw that will be and how good it really can be if they put in the work.
Well, I think it's gonna be sooner than later, Danny, with Avengers versus X-Men, because you
I
have
don't
the
know,
Fox
man. I'm
X-Men.
pretty close to 50 right now, so
Okay, 55, okay. But but I think you want to do it with these Fox characters. Hugh Jackman, he's not going to keep doing this past 60. So you got to get these in now.
And
For
RDJ
him,
is
too.
already showing his age.
he already is 60, isn't he?
Hugh Jackman, he's probably nearly 60. And so now, you want to get that. Yeah, RDJ. We're talking about Secret Wars as well. But pay off Avengers vs. X-Men, then do your Secret Wars, and then that's your big reboot right there. You get a new Captain America, Thor, Black Panther, and everything. So
Hugh
maybe
Jackman is 55.
so he's almost 60.
He's
That's
55.
what
He'll
sounds
probably
like.
be
Sounds
60 by
like.
the time Avengers and versus the X-Men come out.
So it sounds like I was right. But so
Well,
going into
by like 2027,
Mhm.
2027, I think, is when we're supposed to
I
get an
think-
actual X-Men movie.
yeah, or maybe even right before that, and then all signs after this. Again, we're not spoiling Deadpool Wolverine, but all signs are saying it's pointing towards the next Avengers film. Logically, that involves some X-Men. They were trying to get Sean Levy, the director of Deadpool Wolverine, to direct Avengers 5. He's going to bring his buddy Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
Ryan Reynolds is going to bring Hugh Jackman. So, just kind of reading the tea leaves with that. Speaking of tea leaves, we got Speedy in the multi.
Oh, look what
Hey,
What's up,
what's going on,
Speedy?
everybody? All the isms happened to me on the way to the show today.
we were talking about all the isms earlier.
Hey, thanks for popping by my stream last night, man.
Yeah,
Appreciate
I
that.
enjoyed it.
Darn isms.
As much as I could watch it live, I enjoyed it.
Thank you.
What Speedy, since you came in, we're still on the first topic here of Deadpool
Okay.
Wolverine's going to crush it. Opening
yeah.
weekend.
Yeah.
Are you believing the hype, Speedy? It's about to do nearly 400 million opening weekend worldwide, man. Unreal.
It's gonna be a good time at the movies, whether you like it or not.
Yeah.
You're gonna enjoy at least the
Whether you
entertainment.
like it or not.
Yeah. I think definitely it's gonna be a window into the direction of wherever the MCU wants to do going forward, and I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. You know,
Yeah,
let's
for sure.
see. I got my tickets. Gonna go see it at Cine Bistro with some of that steak and that popcorn chicken. Yeah,
Oh,
Nice.
that's what's up. That's what's up. I'm instantly hungry.
yeah.
Let me catch up with some of the comments here. They already hint Secret Wars and Deadpool Wolverine. Yeah, so we know where this is going. You know, we know this is going. You know, you're bringing the mutants to MCU,
Yep.
and Secret Wars is going to be huge. And I always remember when I talk about Secret Wars and I see Speedy, you was there when this story broke on Geekosity.
Yeah.
Mikey Sutton, you know, y'all had that video
Mm-hmm.
where they was like, yeah, that's the next plan. This was like 5 years ago or something.
That's right. It's still up there, and I think it's all up on the Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel too. Mikey Sutton's scoops and everything talked about Secret Wars. We had the original. When I just happened to walk into a Jim Shooter panel at MegaCon Orlando, 2022 was it? I believe. I think it was. It was definitely years past, and literally I just decided to hit record on my camera and literally got the whole interview from Jim Shooter right then and there. You've probably seen that video
You
repeated multiple times on different people's YouTube channels without any credit. I hate them all, but it's okay. But I was glad to be there and to capture that moment, and I'm glad that news got out to everybody, and then it was confirmed quite shortly at San Diego Comic-Con by the White Suge Knight himself. Yeah,
White Suge Knight. That's deep.
Yeah.
So with this, I mean, the hype again of the film. I heard from people that saw some of the premieres. You know, they already saying yes, this is really bad. Speedy, do you buy the hype that this is restoring MCU glory? Like, is it going to be that deep?
It's definitely going to show us what direction they want to go to. Whether it's going to be accepted or not is a different story. I think we're here for it. I think the hardcore fans are here for it. But I question to see how the normal just regular moviegoer people, action, fantasy moving going people will accept this. You know. I personally believe that they're just very resistant against anything multiverse, you know. And if they were, I think things like Flash and stuff like that would have done better in the movie theaters. If they were, you know.
I think what helps too is having those familiar faces. Hugh Jackman, you know, those people that are on the fence, like, you know, is it really back? Just give them Hugh Jackman. Just like with DC fans, you just gave us Cavill. A lot of people will be calm right now about DC. At least with this.
And I think the regular moviegoer who doesn't really understand all these intricacies of multiverses and
they don't care.
Plot points that we understand as comic book readers, because we've been molded into accepting these storylines. Those regular people that don't care, just like Danny said. Yeah.
They also don't want to have to watch multiple movies just to understand.
Yeah, they don't want to have to do homework.
When it becomes homework, man, that's a big turnoff. They're just like, I just want the.
We love homework though.
Yeah, you know, we're like different. Nerds, we're a different breed. Yeah, you know.
And it's so strange to see Hugh Jackman still as Wolverine. I mean, it's wonderful. It's great. He's aging like fine wine. God bless him. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen. People like us, like Danny, like Sil, like Jules, and like you guys that are in this chat room right now, that are, you know, you work a decent job, you have a decent living, you're able to subscribe to multiple things and actually take your family or your significant other to the movies. You know, you are a target audience for these people. This is why they make these movies for us. You know, we've proven that. We've proven that we come out. You know,
but how crazy is it that Hugh Jackman is still convincingly badassly playing Wolverine? He was Wolverine. I was pregnant with my first child when I went and saw the first X-Men movie. That child is almost 25 years old. He'll be 25 this December.
We didn't have Blockbuster where I grew up at, but we watched the first X-Men movie from going to Hollywood Video Store and renting that movie on VHS.
There you go.
That's how
Hollywood Video.
But I gave birth to an entire human that is now an adult and pays his own bills.
Yeah.
And Hugh Jackman is still Wolverine.
Yep.
Yeah. Still Wolverine.
I love the
Anything's
dedication
possible.
to the role that he has. Like he always brings his A game to the role.
He
You have to
does.
give him that.
He
I mean,
does.
I'm part of the contingent that would like to see someone else in the role finally, so we can have more longevity. But if they're doing something grand to close out the whole Fox
Right.
X-Men verse, then I'm down with him finishing that arc, and then boom, we move on, recasting and all that.
Yeah.
Give them like a really nice salute. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
He
Like a
deserves it.
really epic, appreciative, lots of gratitude, like really honor what they contributed to the genre. And fun fact, the reason why they all had black suits in those movies
Bryan Singer.
was because of the Matrix.
Oh
yeah.
right, yeah, that was popular.
Well, yeah, Singer, saw the
I thought
Matrix
it
like,
was
oh,
ridiculous to have.
Well, they told Feige, like, look, the Matrix did really well, and they were all wearing black leather, so we don't think that's a coincidence.
oh yeah, you always borrow ideas
It's
from what's
true.
successful,
Yeah.
and that film
It's true.
really kicked
And
off.
he wasn't the white
outside
shirt
the
knight
Sam
back then.
Raimi
You
stuff,
know, he was still
outside
Kevin
the
Feige.
Sam Raimi Spider-Man, X-Men was really that kickoff for just this last 25 years,
Yeah.
of CBUs.
Kevin Feige was able to strut around and be like, "Look, you tired of the rappers dancing in the video." He couldn't do that yet. He wasn't there yet.
Right.
I gotta say, TJ, obviously I'm talking about X-Men 2000 because there's no way I could have given birth to a child who is now 25 years old during First Class.
I don't think any other X-Men movie was on VHS other than the first X-Men.
Yeah.
So maybe you meant the animated series.
Yeah. This final thought though. So this headline here, 360 million global opening, and that's just probably pre-sales, right? That's a pre-sale.
That's pre-sales.
Projection?
That's
this
projection.
So
projection.
that's $500,000 guaranteed this weekend.
Yeah, that's insane.
Crazy.
Yeah. Crazy.
Right? Because they could
So your prediction of like $2 bill might actually come to fruition.
I don't know about 2.
1.5.
I said a cool bill. I said a billion.
big thank you to my ex-mother-in-law who gave me this AMC gift card to go see it. So bless you, Kay. Thank you.
Amazing.
That's an insane number. 360 mil. I predicted you. I said 1.5 billion, but 2 billion may be. Yeah,
You said 2. You said 2 on other streams.
I'll just accept it. Yeah, I'll just accept it. You said that.
I
And
thought it was like 1.2 around there.
I think 1.5 billion only because the way it's opening now, as great as this is, 360, it's not Force Awakens. Force Awakens got over 500 million opening weekend worldwide,
Yeah.
and it got over 2 billion. In the box office. So I think it's gonna be a little bit under Force Awakens, which crazy money either way.
Here's
all crazy money.
Here's the thing. A lot of people aren't going to see it right away because they're so gun shy because of how Marvel has done them the last couple of years. So they're probably going to wait until they start hearing from people they know. Oh, they liked it. Okay, I'll go see it. If not, they're going to wait till streaming. There's a huge audience that does that because, I mean, let's face it, things have been going to streaming like 3 weeks after it's been in theaters. So a lot of casual people will wait. But once they start hearing, dude, this movie is so good, then they'll go and those numbers will keep going up.
That's kind of like the chicken or the egg thing, though, Danny. Like, like it was the Fall Guy, the Ryan Gosling recent film, him and Emily Blunt. It was in theaters for like 4 or 5 weeks. People wasn't showing up. Then it went to streaming, or it went to digital sales first. And people was like, "Wait, keep them in theaters." Furiosa, same thing. But I think it's more of, just they weren't interested. That's why it went to streaming.
Yeah, but
if they were interested,
in my defense, for my theory, that's the Fall Guy. Nobody cared about an old Lee Majors TV show that our dads watched. Okay, that's the Fall Guy. We're talking about Deadpool. Which has done amazing every time.
You think this won't be in theaters long?
I kind of don't necessarily 100% agree. I feel like since Deadpool hit it out of the park 2 times, people know what to expect. Most people love both movies. Now you're throwing in Hugh Jackman, who is adored worldwide.
Mhm.
I don't think, I mean, yeah, sure, you're always going to have those people that are just going to wait for it to hit streaming because they just don't want to spend the money. But people that are itching for something to watch and go to the theater, like, this is the movie to go see. After all the rumors that we've heard, all the cameos that they're talking about, this is the one people are going to go watch. They may not, wait for this to go out to streaming. And not
I
just
agree with that.
one final thing, I do think studios are trying to start keeping their films in the theaters a little bit longer. That 3-week in and out thing is probably not going to be happening as much because, they're just losing money at that point.
Well, and I agree with everything you said there, but there's this group that's going to hold out, and they're going to wait to go at least a week or two. They want to hear what people they personally know.
You always have that.
And trust say about the movie. And once they hear that people they trust, people they know are like, this movie is really good, it's worth it, you should go see it in the theater, then they're going to go. And those numbers will keep going up.
Yeah, somebody asked if this will have legs, and
that's the legs is going to take it to $1 billion more.
Yeah, if this is almost $500 million in one weekend, that's a lot of a lot of word of mouth. So
the marketing for it's been out of this world too. Like the marketing has been fantastic. They've had them everywhere. They were on Gordon Ramsay.
That's funny.
Why else? Why would they be on Gordon Ramsay? But they were on Gordon Ramsay. They have Xbox controllers.
Yeah. Listen,
I watched a clip of Ryan Reynolds technically licking his own ass.
Spoilers.
Reynolds is a business. He is on such a financial high right now. Everything he touches is turning to gold.
He diversifies. God bless him. He understands his finances. He's got a great accountant.
He makes great decisions. Great decisions.
Yeah. So they're doing it. Like Real Talk says, Ryan and Huge alone is going to get butts and seats. Huge, Carlos. No Diddy. So with it, I do feel yes, people are going to turn out, and then it has a certified fresh Rotten Tomatoes. So I really don't care about Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten Tomatoes is burnt in my opinion since Bunker 15 story broke.
Yeah, for the press, you take your W. So it's certified fresh Rotten Tomatoes. The cinema score will go live Friday to see if it's an A score or lower if possible. So we'll see. I mean, the jury's still out for the legs on that. I think the legs will be there, but we do have to see it and how the word of mouth is with that. So
it's going down, ladies and gentlemen. It's going down.
We shall see. I'm gonna watch it. Like I said, I may get an early screening tomorrow, but I'm gonna see it by the evening, of course. But when I do, I'm probably totally gonna just jump on here and spoil it. But so just I'll put a tag on
Thursday night Eastern Standard Time. I'll be caught up. So let me know.
Full spoilers. So as soon as
I'm going at 2:00 tomorrow. I cannot wait. I think I pretty much have Dave talked into letting me buy a popcorn bucket. This will be my first popcorn bucket. So
that's the question. Like what? Because you have obviously the Wolverine, the main one. I guess they're pushing. Wolverine.
I want the head pull one.
I want the head pull. Yeah. I think that's the one. That's the one I'm gonna kind of go for. Cut in front of kids for to get that one. So we'll see, man.
I will punch a kid. I will punch a kid right in the face.
Well, in the face. Do it in the chest. There's less.
Allegedly.
Less proof. There you go. Less proof.
I'll use it with a stack of oranges. It won't leave bruises.
There you go. Now we're being smart, Danny.
Just viewers, please don't punch kids.
Disclaimer: don't punch kids.
For these popcorn buckets.
This channel does not endorse the punching of children.
We don't even know who Danny is. But
I raised 4 kids. Trust me, I got a lot of urges to punch you.
A lot of punches going in there. But anyway, again, excited for this film. It is good to see like some excitement around just CBMs because it's been a long couple years. When the Marvels came out, it was like, Quantumania, all the DC stuff last year. It was pretty depressing.
Getting back to like some recognizable characters too. Like the X-Men are mainstream. Everyone knows, Wolverine. So that's just something that people have been hungry for. Like, you know, we've been seeing a lot of D-list celebrities. I mean, characters.
Right. I hear you. I hear you for sure. So we'll see. And as I said, I think the hype is there. This weekend, Kevin Feige is supposed to unveil kind of what the next two Avengers films are going to be. We know Secret Wars is one of them. Could it be two Secret Wars? Could it be Avengers vs. X-Men? That's what I want to ask you, Speedy, because we talked about this before you got here. Because people was like, okay, the Mutant Saga is now, the X-Men are in the MCU. So logically, Avengers vs. X-Men, right? Like, you think that's
makes a lot of sense, right? You know, and according to some of the trailer, you know, I mean, it's out there. There's a lot of X-Men pieces in that trailer, you know? Sabretooth, Toad, you know, we can go on and on and on. So, you know, the scoop from Mikey Sutton that he gave me way back when, you know, God rest his soul, I think that's still active and probably hot. I invite everyone to go check that out. It's up there. It's up there on the channel. Go check it out. And you know, and of course, the gentleman's not here to correct or anything that might be erroneous, but
something that's been updated.
Something's been updated and probably changed. But what he did give me before his passing was pretty solid. You know, pretty solid. And I'm surprised that it hasn't caught up. You know, people haven't caught on to it yet.
Just to clarify, Speedy, you're talking specifically about Avengers vs. X-Men.
Yeah, right? Avengers vs. X-Men. I mean, and the scoop is titled that with an image from the comic book, the recent X-Men versus Avengers comic.
Speedy's channel's linked in the description here on my YouTube, so definitely check that out.
And I want to spoil it, guys, for you, and because I hate when people spoil it for me. So I mean, it definitely, I have a feeling that whatever we're gonna get in Deadpool versus Wolverine is leading to that, or possibly the introduction to that, if it's not gonna be completely into an Avengers sequel, or definitely into something in the future, but. Definitely, what we're gonna get served here in Deadpool and Wolverine is leading up to that, or at least the introduction to that.
I think, by the end of this film, and again, this is like without, you know, it's not like a scoop or a spoiler or anything, but I just think by the end of this film, you're just gonna feel like, okay, the X-Men are in the MCU. Like this is now. This
is going down.
You know?
It's going down.
Yeah. So, and it's like, what does that mean? So it's like, what does that mean?
And I think it's going to be a swan song as well for the Fox X-Men. You know, maybe you know, maybe Marvel just feels like they feel obligated to give them a closure. You know, to give that narrative a closure.
So many years, almost 20 years of the Foxmen. Like, might as well.
The Foxmen. I like it. We're keeping it. The Foxmen. That's it. It's the Foxmen versus everybody else.
I can steal that. Yeah. So we'll see. Like I said, we're going to be talking about this probably all weekend, and we'll see what Feige has to say. I think it's going to end up being multiple Secret Wars films. That's my guess. And then you got Avengers vs. X-Men in there. So we shall see. Now, I guess from one universe to another one, I guess this is a universe of Matt Reeves and the Batman. It says here, what is it, spinoffs? Spinoffs going forward, but he named it what's the title of this goofy thing?
You can't even remember some Batman crime saga.
The epic
saga show.
The epic saga of crime. Like it's the worst name. Like
it should never roll off the tongue.
You should never refer to anything yourself does as epic. That just totally throws it off. Like, totally. And I don't have that dumb quote.
You know what my hot take of this is? This headline, my hot take is, you did so good with what you gave us, you don't need to do the rest. That's the hot take. Like, Penguin was good enough, and you probably touched a lot of things that you wanted to touch with those other two show ideas, and I think you did good enough. That's what I feel like.
According to what Reeves was saying, and it's sort of what they said, because Reeves was like, "Hey, I got this idea for the Gotham PD show. We never seen that before, right? Gotham.
We never seen that before.
Arkham Asylum. Such a great idea. That was actually a Ben Affleck script for his Batman. But so Reeves is like, I was going to kind of do stuff, and Warner Bros. Is like, this is cool. Can you finish that Batman 2 script first? Like, can you stop trying to do all these spinoffs? Like, let's get this second movie.
How about you go into your office, shut up, and get to work? Okay.
And don't give us 7 with Batman.
but I have so many ideas. they're like, no.
And they'll give us 7 Batman. Okay.
Well, do we need this Batman epic crime saga? Because he's still saying he has another show in the
Oh my
shoot.
god. He needs to
Stop
shoot.
it.
He needs to shoot that part 2.
More
Shoot
is
that part
not
2,
always
and then
better.
if he hits a win, if he hits a W at least, number wise, then they could talk about another show.
I think we got to see Penguin first, right? I think
Yeah.
you know, is the audience really going to gravitate to this style of Penguin? And
Danny,
things
we
that
doing a
they
watch
do?
party for Penguin or what?
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah, we
let's do it.
I think
Will
Will
that'll
you
be
guys
fun.
actually show up consistently for the Penguin though?
I highly doubt it's going to be as trashy as you know.
That other
Pretty
one.
sure.
The other one that we're not going
That
to
show
talk
that
about
shall
anymore.
not be named.
Yeah.
Pretty sure it's going to be better than that show. So we'll see about that. But no, I mean, with Reeves, like I said what I said about the first film. All of his bots attacked me after that. And but one thing I liked in the Batman film was Colin Farrell Penguin. So I'm interested in the show. I'm interested in seeing what Penguin does.
Yeah, me too.
You know, but this epic crime saga, it's like just Reeves, calm down. Just
Yeah, it's
The
ridiculous.
makeup
You know.
artist to me just really wants to geek out on how he looks, and the makeup is just so amazing. You cannot
Penguin.
tell.
Nope.
Yeah, Avi. Yeah. On Colin, you can't tell that that's Colin Farrell. The makeup
Yeah.
is so precise and perfect. I'm
I think-
so impressed.
I think when you have good makeup like that as an actor, you just transform yourself too.
Absolutely.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm sure that helps loads.
Mhm.
I'm a huge fan of Colin Farrell, and people sleep on a lot of his early stuff. Minority Report with Tom Cruise, he was great in that.
Oh, it's great.
The first Daredevil, Daredevil, Ben Affleck,
Yeah, he was Bullseye.
Bullseye.
Yeah.
He was great.
He was
Now,
super
watch-
creepy in that. He was super
watch the
creepy.
director's
Like
cut.
when he would
Yeah.
he would touch that bullseye on his
Yeah,
forehead.
Mhm.
Like
He had
he
a
was-
weird quirk.
The phone
Ew.
booth was another great one that he did, and
Yes,
you know
another
that
good
was
one.
him in a phone booth for 2 hours, and we were captivated.
I've never seen the movie.
And
It's actually
Kiefer
really good.
Sutherland
I like it.
was in it for like 5 seconds. Right? Spoiler.
Who was in it?
I think he was in Kiefer Sutherland.
Oh,
But yeah, no. Colin Farrell is, I think, a great actor,
And he's an amazing person as well. So
yeah.
I
he
agree.
heads up Angel Man Syndrome Foundation. My same mother-in-law, ex-mother-in-law, who gave me the gift card, her nephew has Angel Man syndrome. And she got to meet Colin Farrell several times at these benefits. Like he has a son that has this syndrome. So he started this foundation for it. And he pumps in so much money into this foundation to find a cure for treatments. Just good for him. Good for him.
that's great.
I love it.
And The Gentleman. Did I see The Gentleman? I don't think I
I
seen
don't
that.
remember if I've seen that. I watch so much stuff. It's some. If I don't love it, it just falls out of my head.
Like that one show that we don't
That one, the
Talk
show
about-
that shall not be named.
that we don't talk about. But Matt Reeves, I guess nice try, bro, but we really don't care.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
think anyone
But-
cares.
We're
But you're-
on the marketing for Penguin, okay, buddy? Thank
Yeah,
you.
the Penguin should be good if we're going into Batman's Rogues Gallery. He probably has arguably the best in comics. So if they explore
Agreed.
that whole world, then the Penguin will be very interesting. If not, then I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm giving the show a shot. Obviously, it's coming out this fall. I think September. So yeah,
You remember?
we'll see. We'll see.
September's a great month.
Reeves, let us decide if you got something epic. Okay, don't ever call anything yourself.
Yeah, that's that hubris thing I was talking about. Don't let that bite you.
Just saying.
It's
Now,
sports talk, so he's trying to hype
Maria,
himself up before he
shame on
gets in,
you. Don't
gets in the
say
game.
things like that.
He's
Don't
trying to
say
hype
things
himself
like
up before
that.
he gets off the
Right.
bench. You know, it's all good.
Total Recall, I will say that was one of Colin Farrell's missteps to me, Maria. I didn't like his version of Total Recall. I gotta admit. I don't know if y'all seen that version.
I haven't seen it, but I love Arnold.
I did.
one.
I did see it.
Yeah,
it was cool.
don't-
It was all right.
How dare you, madam? No, don't disrespect Arnold like that.
Fight. But that one didn't land for me. Again, I'm a huge fan of Tom Perry. We're not gonna do that. So final thing we'll touch on before we wrap up. There was a little trailer that dropped this
I
week.
haven't watched it yet.
You haven't watched it yet?
No, and I have it in my my EPK kit. I have it. I just haven't gotten to. I had doctor's appointments the last 2 days. I haven't gotten to do anything.
Yeah, I would play with Warner Bros. They were after me after my first
video. Oh no,
so
Warner Brothers will get you.
Yeah, sometimes they let me slide, but it's like, hey, but Joker too. So the trailer's out. I did a live reaction of it. I guess Danny didn't see it. Any one of y'all see the trailer?
I saw it.
Why are you talking about that? I'll be right back.
Mm-hmm. What you think of it, Jules?
I mean, it looks like it's the same quality as the first one. Luckily, I think this one will have way more action. I know a lot of people thought that the first one was really slow, but then it really cranked up when, towards the ending, and which really made the movie. This one, he's going to be in the asylum from the start of the movie, so we should be seeing a lot. The one thing that I found interesting, that they made it seem like Harley was already an inmate when he got into the asylum. I hope that's not the case. I definitely want them to explore her having those psychological conversations with him and how she kind of lost herself in his mania and became the Harley Quinn. But other than that, it looks great. I'm definitely going to watch it. They didn't touch on the singing too much. So I'm hoping the film is not 90% song.
Right, those early reports, it's like, it's a whole musical, bro.
Right.
Okay.
So it's not Willy Wonka and Gotham? Come on, guys.
There's still a chance.
I'm so looking forward to that.
Did you see it, Stevie?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
I did not see the new trailer. But
kind of action in this one too. Seems
okay. I'm looking forward to the movie. I think they've proven that this formula, not this Joker formula, maybe not this musical style that's going to happen, but definitely this style of Joker. People enjoy to see it portrayed, in the movie. So I think people are going to consume it, hopefully for better than worse. And yeah.
The same way people love Batman, people love Joker. They're two sides of the same coin, and they're both equally as popular. So any Joker would make money in the theater. But what Todd Phillips was able to do, really bring in that darkness and that psychological torture version of it, it's captivating. So yeah,
and it's hard to look away. It's hard to look away.
Which with the Joker should feel that way, because you never know what the hell he's gonna do next.
Hey, I'm looking for. I mean, Joaquin Phoenix, Oscar-winning performance in the first film. I think he's going to be even better in this film. Now, the Harley Quinn angle, Jules, this may tick some people off, because I think they totally changed her origin, for this film.
It looked like it.
Yeah. So Lady Gaga, though, I think she could sell it, but I already know that's what some people are going to complain about.
You mean Lady Gaga selling being crazy? I mean, come on, she does great.
Like in real life.
That's great.
And see, we got Supergirl saying, you can't see her as Harley. I think she's gonna do her own version. I really believe this isn't really Harley from the comics. And really, in this film, I think this entire film is gonna be there. And I have no information on this, but I think they're gonna be in the insane asylum, and they're just gonna imagine everything, the dancing, everything. And
I have thoughts on all. I just came back in the room. I'm sorry, I had kid issues. But I do have thoughts on her portrayal of Harley. I have actually a whole video about it. That it's
plug.
Kind of. I'm sorry.
It's a good plug. Yeah.
Well, plug it away.
To explain my point more in depth, but I'm just trying to say.
Please continue.
I think it's kind of a dangerous thing to change Harley Quinn, because Harley Quinn is supposed to be this cautionary tale. She was a psychiatrist. She was this brilliant psychiatrist. She was a medalist in gymnastics. She was this amazing, on paper, amazing, successful person, but she had mental disorders. She had issues that caused her to make some pretty terrible decisions. And it's supposed to be this cautionary tale that it doesn't matter how many certificates hang on your wall. It doesn't matter how smart you are. You can understand the human mind better than anyone else on planet Earth, but you will never be able to math the human heart. The heart is a big, dumb, stupid animal, and it will cause you to wreck your life if you do not keep that dog on a leash.
I agree, Danny. It's also like when people always say, "Oh, that girl is so smart. She's so strong. Like I will never be able to take advantage of her." It doesn't matter like how strong you are or how your personality is. If there's a man that knows how to get into your mind, you're done. And that's exactly the case with Harley Quinn and the Joker.
And from what I've seen so far, it looks like she's just another patient in Arkham, and that takes away the cornerstone of Harley's character.
That really
it changes
takes
it
out like all the interesting things about Harley Quinn. The whole point is that she was this professional at the top of her career, up top of her A game. Everybody, like a woman would want to be who Harleen Quinzel was, and then for her to like fall into the depths of being the Joker's number 2, his girlfriend, was like, what happened? So, and that's what makes the character. Like what made you snap like that? You know,
it is a warning. It is a warning to all women to mind yourself. Guard yourself. Watch out. Be careful. And don't put some dude ahead of everything else in your life. If you guys are interested in that breakdown, that psych study I did on Harley Quinn, it is on my channel. But that's my biggest concern about the film. Is them changing Harley.
I know you didn't see it, Danny, but they showed Lady Gaga kind of just walking aimlessly through the street, and like she didn't look like, you know, a high profile psychologist at all. She just looked like a regular.
That stresses me out.
Yeah, that's the only part that has me like, everything else looks great, but that's the only part that has me concerned.
Yeah, it really stresses me out because as much as they try to say, we're trying to put women in the forefront, we're trying, you know, you've been so put upon for so long, like they're doing it in name only.
Right.
You're doing it, but you're doing it in a very stupid way.
Yeah, you're not really showing the power of like her being her own person.
Right. You're not showing the feminine powers that women have.
And I know everybody loves Margot Robbie's portrayal of Harley Quinn. She's like the epitome of that character now. We love her. But the only thing is, like, they didn't really show her origin. In the first Suicide Squad movie, they showed little snippets of it, but we didn't really get that real hardcore breakdown of like those conversations that she had with the Joker, that psychological, like what was the
manipulation
about it? Like what made her start to believe what he was saying and start to agree with him? Like, let's show her going down that dark path. We never got that.
I feel like this was a bad topic because I'm not going to be able to stop talking.
No, I mean, you're here to talk, actually, Danny. I know as much as I tell you not to.
Ever on this,
you are here.
Psychology was my first major. I am obsessed with it. And when I saw that very first trailer, the teaser, and they just made her this other patient, I was like, no, you're completely ripping out her histrionic personality disorder, her Amber Heard disorder. You're taking it out altogether, and that's vital to who she is. She has Tinkerbell syndrome, okay? Like psychotic Tinkerbell syndrome. She has to be center of attention, and it doesn't matter what she does, she'll do it to get it.
Yeah, she seems more like a sidekick in the trailer. But again, we only saw a few snippets. We don't really know.
You're absolutely right.
So we'll see. I'm just going to hold out hope and not jump to conclusions. But it is on the back of my mind, and I am concerned.
Very, very positive stuff there.
So you saw the trailer. We have not gotten your opinion yet. What did you think of it?
Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Like I said, Joaquin Phoenix, I think, looks like he's going to do even better in this film. The Harley stuff, I think like Kara was saying here, you know, they could have just made up a character if they wanted to do something different, you know, and not do the Harley thing. But I'm excited for the film. It's going to be interesting after you follow up a $1 billion film that was an underdog type film. It's going to be hard to match that again, though. You know what I mean?
Another billion.
Yeah, that's going to be hard to match.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Been in any? What was the the most her movies I've ever made. She was in that really popular one. I think she won an Oscar for it.
Tomorrow, Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
she's only done
like
I think
indie films.
that film, and then she did
A TV show.
American Horror Story.
It's the one with Bradley
I think
Cooper.
of The Star Is Born. That
The
was
Star Is Born.
Yeah, Star Is
That's the one
430
she did.
million.
Okay, yeah.
430.
I don't remember any other movie she's been in other than the show American Horror Story.
Yeah.
She's in some commercials for migraine medication that she just looks stoned as hell in, but
Is she?
That's how she looks. Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of has crazy eyes.
It's just that-
That's right.
well, she just kind of like no
House of
blinking,
Gucci.
just staring in a mirror like that. But and they have an amputee in it, but they make sure to roll her pant legs up so we don't miss it.
This is interesting. Yeah, House of Gucci. She's in it. Star Is Born is really her biggest.
I have to see
Yeah.
that.
Star Is Born is really her biggest film, and I mean, it ain't like they did gangbusters. So I mean, I guess the Oscar buzz is kind of making her popular, but maybe
She's
Maybe
not
she's not that
amazing
beautiful.
at acting. She's okay at
I-
acting.
all her fans hate you.
No idea.
She's
Oh,
kind of got.
they'll come after you,
I
Danny.
love Lady Gaga. I love Lady Gaga's music.
Me too.
I do, and I loved her in American Horror Story. But she's kind of, let's face it, she's kind of a one-trick pony in the acting department.
Mm.
She's not
Right.
really a trained actor. She's
Sure.
a performer. She's a singer, a vocalist.
Right.
That's what she does. So there is and we know this because there is a somewhat a skosh of performance in what we do. But anytime you're doing anything in front of people, there's a performance element to it, and there is an element of acting to that performance, but not like Meryl Streep
Level.
type stuff. You know, it's
Right.
more of a shtick.
I mean, I think I'm looking forward to her performance, but I'm also not like just all on the Kool-Aid saying, "Oh, Gaga is gonna crush it." I mean, Joaquin Phoenix, I think, still going to sell the film for me.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he's such a
Personally.
loon. Have any of you seen Beau is Afraid?
No.
I still haven't seen that yet.
God, don't watch that movie.
A24.
It's absolutely pointless. You will lose hours of
Oh.
your life and you can't get them back. It is one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my entire life.
Oh wow,
So
not a
bad.
fan.
Really
Not a
bad.
fan.
You have to be
so-
on drugs to watch it.
Wow.
There's just not enough drugs in the world to make me enjoy that
Is
time.
it worse than the show that we recently
So much worse.
exposed ourselves to?
Because I had to
Whoa,
see
whoa.
Joaquin Phoenix's dong flopping all over the
Oh,
place.
I don't want to see that. It's too much.
Well, I'm definitely not watching it now, but nothing can be worse than that other show. Now, real quick in the chat, we'll give it a few minutes. Any last minute questions or comments, throw it in the chat. We're winding this one down after what Danny just said. No. But coming forward for the platform,
Apologize
if
for
nothing,
nothing.
I got the weekly with retro dropping tomorrow. I'm gonna get that done because I want to get that out before I head to San Diego Comic-Con. I'll be doing some videos when I touch ground there across all my platforms. It's gonna
Let's
be
go.
insane.
We're gonna share you, Sil. We're gonna blow
It's
you
gonna be
up.
great, man. I appreciate it. But just like Danny was sharing my streams unintentionally. I really appreciate that. But it's like
Quit cutting my thumbnails. God.
Keep her login cookie from here from StreamYard. There you go.
I did
Oh,
totally
you're
like
live, Danny. Wow.
Now, I didn't knowingly steal her thumbnail. It was a great
It
picture.
just
was
kind
a
of had
good
great
shot.
minds think alike moment.
Yeah, exactly. I thought I was first though. That's all. But
But I was.
that was great. That was great. so plenty of stuff to come with that. Like I said, Deadpool Wolverine. So Tawadia says we can do a spoiler stream. When what movies release? For Deadpool, I'm gonna do like a spoiler cap this weekend for sure. We got Keith. We got to talk business with Keith
Hey.
real
Go
I
on.
soon
miss
here.
you, Keith. I was just typing that in the chat. I miss you.
Shout out to Keith for sure. Me and him are going to break down this latest Warner Brothers. Will they, won't they sell? Things of that nature. Keith always breaks it down. That's why I enjoy those talks with him. With that, sports fans, links in the description for the sports channels. We got that going with Carlos in the chat. Real Talks Productions as well. We're everywhere. I'm doing too much actually right now. Let's see if we got a question, and then we're gonna close this immediately. Maria says, "Do you think we're getting Doctor Doom for the next 2 Avengers movies?" Danny, what you think?
Yes. Yes.
That is a yes.
Absolutely. Dr. Doom is coming, and it will be in the next couple of movies.
Is he in Fantastic Four? I probably asked this before, but I cannot.
Yes.
Remember. Yes. Okay.
Yes, he is. I mean, not major role.
Okay. Cameo.
But he is going to be in it. So
they'll be in a post credit, Doctor Doom, and then if they're smart, for sure, you got to have God Emperor Doom. If you're doing Secret Wars, you have to do God Emperor Doom. But no clear word yet. I'm just gonna be clear. Like I'm expecting the cameo Fantastic Four. After that, I don't know. I don't know what they're gonna do with Doctor Doom. Keith says, who needs San Diego Comic-Con 2024 more? Marvel or DC, Warner, Paramount, or Disney?
Probably DC.
DC.
All the way.
Yeah.
I think DC?
They're in a massive hole right now. If we think
Yeah.
DCU was bad, the DC is just...
DC has to earn our trust.
Yeah. The general audience has no idea what is happening. So,
Right.
they're pretty screwed right now.
If it wasn't for people like us, they would have no idea.
Actually,
what's going on at all.
Here's a wild thought, Sil. What if in the presentation of DC's new Superman venture and all that stuff, what if they scare everybody away? And all the regular people are finally like, oh man, they changed everything.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to watch that. And they have the reverse effect of actually being in San Diego. The reverse effect happens because
we actually talked about that earlier about how people got turned off with all the different characters or whatever it was we were talking about with the MCU. So that's
what if it backfires in their face? So
yeah.
I mean, hey, a lot of people would be happy.
the present company, not excluded, but
But no, I tell you, I think DC needs it, but they're not really going to do too much this year, though. Just according to what's being said, Gunn may throw a little video out there or something this weekend, but
no teaser or anything.
I'm not expecting nothing big. Like there may be some news, some DCU news supposed to come out this weekend.
I know, DCC is not what it was in years past. Like Hall H was the place to be, right? Right now, it's not.
Well, it's gonna be the place to be this weekend for me. So I don't know about you, Jules, but it's gonna be hype. In Hall H. So.
Bring back for years.
I tell you, man, it would have been so cool to be there. Like when they announced BVS.
And all that.
Suicide Squad.
DC slate versus the Marvel slate, and both amazing. The hype was real.
That would have been nuts. So we need those glory days back.
Yeah.
But we'll see. I mean, I say also Keith was saying Disney needs it more.
Sure.
Interesting. Okay.
Here's the thing: Disney has been dropping the ball. They've been dropping the ball, and they need their fan base back. But DC hasn't built any trust yet.
They have no fan base anymore.
Yeah.
No. DC starting from the ground up. I think really for them, for DC, for Gunn, it's next summer. I think that's when they're gonna really try to make their splash. And,
they'll have a lot of footage by then.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see what happens with that. Fernando says, do you think Deadpool and any future Marvel movies outside his own?
He's gonna pop into every movie for a check.
Secret Wars.
He's
got a big part in Secret Wars.
He's gonna pop in every movie for residual. There you go.
Right.
Get ready to have your fill of Deadpool.
Yeah, what's the point? What happens after Deadpool 3? Is he done with his solos?
No.
No.
Solos, I don't know. But his character, he's going to be in Avengers 5. For sure.
He's going to be
everything. Jackman, they're going to be in there.
He's a big part of him and Jackman and Tobey Maguire. They're big parts of Secret Wars.
Yeah. No, I know he's definitely going to be in the group films. I'm talking about just standalone Deadpool films.
Oh, no, I don't think they're done. Okay. Not with that cash cow. They're going to keep milking her.
No, they're milking everything.
Well, see, that's how they got into this trouble to start with. Milking. All this milking.
Sorry, I'm a farmer. Okay, I'm a farmer.
Oh, man, I'm just saying, just focus on this milking. But we'll see. I'm excited to see this film, though. I'm gonna see it tomorrow. We'll talk all about it for sure. See the comments popping up. Agatha's the next thing for Marvel. Bad
Yeah,
movie.
they need to bury that. I'll
Yeah.
tell you that.
Why?
They need to bury that down. And
Yeah.
Why was it unexpected that Keith said that? I have no. Disney doing something bad, Keith? This is amazing.
Good. Unfortunately, their TV slate has such a track record right now that no one's going to really watch it.
Oh man,
I think Disney Plus has become the whatever channel.
Yeah,
let's just do this because of whatever.
Let's just
And-
try.
Oh, it worked great. Oh, it didn't work. Oh, that's too bad. Let's do
until
something else.
Daredevil. I think when Born Again drops, then it's gonna be like, okay, let's take this a little seriously, guys. You know, let's try.
Oh, we spent billions of dollars in this.
Yeah, Daredevil, spring 2025. That's dropping, and I think
so
it's gonna get the hype. Yeah, I think the hype's gonna be.
You have to survive till then. Okay.
Can I just stop aging while I'm waiting for all this stuff to come out? That would be nice.
Drink more
On that
water.
note,
Drink more water, ladies and
There's
gentlemen. There
lots of water in this. Lots of water in this.
after the reminder of our mortality, we're gonna close this. We'll see. We can shout out to again everyone in the chat. Appreciate all of the. I didn't see. I'm talking about Marvel and Disney. Phase 4 is a disaster.
It wasn't pretty. That's for dang sure.
That's
It
great.
was not pretty.
But again, we're gonna close this out. Again, appreciate everyone checking this out. Links for the panels is in the descriptions. Shout out to y'all watching this on Danny's channels, on platforms, Speedy's platforms on Facebook. We're everywhere. And Jules, just here to keep it real. That's what we do overall. No more Disney questions, Keith. We're getting on out of here. Much love to Soul Nation. Till next time. To Soul Nation.
Stay tuned.
Subduing to speak true as he bring the news. Coffee talk, stay brew, kick back, get real comfortable. Here to stay, no on delay, make sure I be's informed. On the road, on the go, playing ball on that pavement floor. It's the lifestyle right now, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Guaranteed all week's going to always be on time. That's my word, y'all heard from Il Divino Vega's mouth. What's the words much more than what these networks talk about?